Content can take so much time, energy, and budget to do right, but it doesn't have to be that way when you batch create your content. So in this video, let's talk about how to batch film 3 months of content in just 1 day. So first off, let's talk about why you should batch create content. Batching content is so powerful because it maximizes the use of your precious time. You have other brand and business building opportunities that you should spend your time on, especially as a business owner. So when you can batch content, you can put forward several hours of your time once per month to film videos and content that can be used for months and years to come. So to do batch content creation effectively, it's all about dedicating time in your calendar. So when we say 1 day a month, it's not like you're spending literally just one full 8-hour day. You're gonna spend 2 hours or more planning and scripting content, making sure the SEO is right. Then you may spend 3 hours on your film day, the same film day every month, to batch film the content you have planned and prepared. And then based on your system, maybe if you're doing this yourself or if you follow one of our systems called Content Supply Max, you can go and hire a team to do it for you. In fact, there's a video up here I'll link up where we talk about hiring your marketing team. You can hand off this content, they can edit it, repurpose it, and get it scheduled to publish. And do that in batching. So I'm gonna share my screen to show you a walkthrough of what our system looks like inside of Asana, which is a project management software. So what we have here is a look at a columned version of our marketing system. And in here, what you'll see is a row for ideas. So that's where we put in, say, our video ideas and stuff that may just have like, hey, here's just a quick title off the top of my head. We'll further develop the SEO side and do research to see if it's actually relevant and needed for my audience. And so this is where you can put it, a large supply of video list options. To script, that's when things are like, okay, this is approved. Let's definitely create this piece of content. Again, we're focusing on starting with video first on YouTube with this system. And so that's the scripting one. When it gets scripted based on your scheduled meetings and time for planning and scripting, then it gets into the queue for creation. That's where it's in this place, you know, the script is ready to go. The custom fields and SEO is prepared. Even the thumbnail is getting prepared at this stage. So that way on your next scheduled film production, that you know exactly what videos you're going to be creating. You're going to just simply reference this. This becomes your video list, following this marketing machine to max out your content. And again, I'll show you the specific subtasks to know how each team member plays a part in this entire workflow. So as it's being created and as it's being SEO'd, if that's a verb, then it gets ready for editing and being published. So that's where this gets moved over into the scheduled column. You see thumbnails here or social media posts. Some of these are linked up from our YouTube, so video first. Others are strictly just repurposed from our podcast. So there's photos and designs that are not video based that are in here as well. Because then what this column acts as is our entire content calendar. We literally just started this up a couple of days ago and got this ready to show you through this training. And what then the content manager and marketing director are able to see is what the social media or the publishing calendar looks like through this calendar view. So they can scroll through and see what's up and coming. Because what we do is we take the due date and have that be the publish date in here. So to schedule, and then what's done gets moved over here. And you can automate the movement of these cards or tasks as they get checked off and completed. Another thing we do which is pretty powerful is we sort it by due date, as we viewed it here. By the way, we can also view it as a list as well if we want to view it that way. But I think it's more friendly this way because you can see any designs that are in there as well and link those. Sort by due date, customize. This is where we can add any extra fields in here. So that's where we add, say, the product, the platform. We can turn it on and off. We can add extra ones in here. This is also where we have a task template. So I'm going to hit on this edit button, and this is all the default stuff that shows up. So there's like these in here where this is the product that's being promoted or the platform it's being published to. This is expanded upon the core essentials, right? Where we talk about one source of sell, one source of leads, and one source of traffic. We have multiple products, hence we are using multiple platforms. But also this system is meant to hand it over to your team in order to repurpose and then syndicate and max out your content opportunities across all platforms, but always with a focus on one platform. And that one platform we have is YouTube now. So in here, you got all these custom fields. We always have linked up the file location. So this takes them to our Google Drive library where they can see how content is being organized. So it's by the month, and then you go in the month, and it's by the week of that month. So that way they can our team can batch schedule content that exists for that week. And that content can be blog articles, it can be podcasts, it can be YouTube videos, whatever's repurposed from that one source of content, which is video. That's how that's organized in there. File location, script location, and then templates over here. And these are our templates for YouTube. That's loaded in. Tags we customize. So this is what I wanted to show you. As it's relevant for each team member you have on, there are planning tasks that happen for a team member to complete one by one, and they can check these off. As they check it off, it doesn't delete this task. It simply just lets them know that, like, hey, I've completed everything that's essential to making sure this marketing machine is working. So you do the planning phase, you do the filming phase, the edit and repurposing phase. That's where you take that one YouTube video and turn it into an IGTV, a Facebook video, maybe a Facebook clip that invites them to watch the full version on YouTube. Maybe there's a bunch of Instagram Reels or stories or a LinkedIn version that can go out, or something on Pinterest and sized and formatted for those platforms. Maybe that YouTube video works well on our podcast. And so we can make an audio version available on the podcast. So that's where the machine kicks in, and this one video can turn into, 5, 10 plus new pieces of content. So we say edit 5 to 10 mini clips for these seconds that can highlight different quotes and ideas. We tell them what to do in order to prepare all of that repurposed content here. And then we tell them where to upload it. So it goes in the marketing folder, content folder, the month folder, and then the week folder. And then tag the content manager or the social media manager who is handling this entire workflow in support of the marketing director. And then there's the blog phase. This blog phase, this is where they're writing it, this blog post inside of, again, this is another piece of content, right? Multiply it, max out your content supply. This is written inside of, actually this title was changed. So we're going to change this to this. The content folder, it's designed in Webflow, which is our website builder, and then scheduled to publish on the same day. Podcast also, that's handled for being downloaded and scheduled and customized on Simplecast, which is where our podcasts are, if that's relevant to, say, this YouTube video that we want to repurpose. And then social media, platform specific, where we're telling them to syndicate and repurpose and publish the new content. And this, keep in mind, this is like our template task. We are adding to it because we may be like, hey, let's add in Pinterest, let's add in TikTok, or let's add in some Reels in here. We can expand upon this template, and I'll show you how it's used every time. Email. So this is where email is written for a weekly email that curates all this content from the week, depending on how frequent this one traffic source, so this one type of content. So this YouTube video is handled, and then boosting and setting up ads as needed. So in doing that, let's save this as a template task. So let's say I've got this idea for a new video for my core content, right? YouTube video, platform, and content type. Click on the plus. I'm going to use this template, and then it's creating it down here because it's loading all those subtasks and those defaults. And I'm going to be like, how to make a marketing machine. That may not be the best title right now. It's just an internal title. As we do more SEO to it, we can click on this. It's still being created for us, but we can start to jump in and add like, hey, okay, we're going to let's sell the Solo Creator Workshop with this video. You may have a free resource you may want to sell to in here, like join our weekly demo or webinar. Platform, we know it's going to go to the content supply YouTube. Type of content, these are themed in 3 different types of content. Inspire, that's less salesy. So that's why it's like, hey, join the webinar. We're not telling them directly to go buy something. So this is more of Inspire one, but Inspire is like 80% of the content that you should be creating. Convert is like 10%. That's where you tell people to literally go buy this product now. Brand, that's about your team. That's about your vision and what you stand for, and intermixing that. So you see a lot of the blue because Inspires most of the content we do. Category, this is more specific to our brand content supply, but we categorize the types of content to making sure that we are covering all things and types of content and messages that our audience needs support with, and guest if we are hosting a guest expert. File location, you saw that script. And then we customize in here, like for YouTube, for example, you can do time code specific markers. We can add that in, and making sure that these are SEO friendly, these titles in here. We have some call to actions in the description for YouTube, our mission about us here, more links relevant here, tags we can add into YouTube. And then we have all of these checklists down here. That is what the marketing machine looks like. As we establish a repeatable process that anyone can be trained on and follow, any team member we bring in, then it's important to plug in certain tools to empower and automate that process for ourselves and our team. Some tools that I prefer are Asana, what we do for our project management and calendar view, and then Google Drive for storage, easy access from all of our team members, because what we can add in there are Google Docs. So the written scripts or the written blog articles or the social post copy, the videos and the thumbnails or the podcast, whatever content is repurposed from video. Another tool is TubeBuddy or Keywords Anywhere, which helps guide SEO planning to making sure that it's customized and prepared for the audience to make it easy for them to search and to find it. And then YouTube Studio is a great one, like Facebook Creator Studio, where you can easily work in there to schedule and publish your content. And of course, there are other third-party apps that allow you to schedule content across different platforms, but I highly recommend going with the platform's publishing tools like YouTube Studio or Facebook Creator Studio for Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, you name it, making sure that you understand the platform's nuances and customizations that are needed. So when you have a clear process with a step-by-step checklist and then tools to empower different stages of that journey, then it's important to identify what team members you need to fit into that process and to use those tools. The team members that I recommend are first a copywriter to help write the video scripts, to help write the blog articles, to help write the social media posts, and then a video editor, someone who can take the videos that you filmed for your business in this batch content creation session and then edit them, repurpose them for first YouTube and then across other platforms. And then a third essential one is a content manager or a social media scheduler, someone who can understand the social media platforms and then following a tutorial and following this process using these tools can go and then schedule your content for you. Remember these 3 essential areas of doing batch content creation more effectively to save you the headaches, the time, and really the budget in the long run. And that is process, tools, and team members. And then keep these tips in mind. Never plan, script, film, and edit all in one day. It's overwhelming. You need to give time and energy for the efforts that you need. For example, planning and strategizing around what content you need requires a certain mindset and approach. You're getting into the weeds a little bit here because you're doing all this SEO research. You are taking information from your audience and your customers. You are pulling out your own message from why your brand exists and the story that you are seeking to tell. Let alone you need to go and then script these videos and put forward that energy or have a scriptwriter do it for you. And then when you go to film, it requires presentation energy and a lot more of your brain power to your vocal power to your body power, where you need a lot of liquids. You need to have energy food to support the energy you're going to put out. Because if you're going to have a light on you, you're going to have all these things going on. It's important to set apart time for and different days for planning, scripting, filming, editing, and then publishing. And another quick tip is to make sure to set up your film equipment at least a day before you film. That way you're not setting up the film equipment, putting forth that energy, and then going to film. And as you prioritize batch content creation, again, you're gonna use your time far more effectively and know, non-negotiable, these are the days in the month that I'm gonna plan to script them, and then this is my film day, and then this is my edit day, and this is my publish day. When you can have those set in your calendar and have nothing interrupt them, then you can confidently know you're showing up using the power of video inside of your business to share value, to share information, and to invite your customers to take action with your business. In doing this, you're gonna show your authority and knowledge of how you can help other people, and you're gonna grow your business because you're more visible. You're putting forward that uncomfortable, sometimes effort that is required to create video content. So my invite to you is to make sure that you establish a clear process, have clear tools, and have team members that exist to help you batch content create. And follow the system of batching content one day for a month's worth of content.